All right, this is Chris here again, and now I'm going to talk about rows 17 through 21. Now what I do like a lot is she's got a little chart here. She's got it written out up here, but the chart does the same thing. What I like about the chart is I know I can see how everything is supposed to line up. So I use charts a lot more than I use written words because I can read this faster. I know that's 3 knits, 1 yarn over 2 knits. And that's repeated 30 times. When you first, after row 16, you should have 150 stitches in on your needles. We're going to do a yarn over 30 times. We're going to add 30 stitches, so it will take us up to 180. Row 18 is just a rest row. We just knit all the way around. Row 19 is a knit 1, knit 2 together. That's your right leaning. Yarn over, knit, yarn over, and then slip, slip, knit, left leaning. And if you notice, the yarn over that was knitted before is knitted on top. It's in line. So these yarn overs are going to be on the opposite side. Then we're going to have a knit row. And then we're going to have row 21. We're going to do 3 knits, a yarn over, an SSK, and a yarn over. And that yarn over should line up on top of that yarn over. So let's get started. So the first repeat, so I have those, remember I put a marker in before and I said I did like 3 repeats. So we finished with 5 repeats of 5 on the last time around when we finished row, I guess it would be row 8. We finished with each repeat being 5. So 5, 10, 15. The rows in between never added or did anything to the stitches. I didn't go over those because they're mostly just plain knits or just purl with the slips. So we didn't really do anything there. So now row 17. So according to the pattern in the chart, it's knit 3, yarn over, knit 2. So it's knit 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, knit, knit. Repeat. So there's my, now I'm up to 6. That one repeats up to 6. Knit 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, knit, knit. 1, 2, 3, yarn over, knit, oops, knit, knit. See, and I'm at my marker, so I know I'm finished right where I was supposed to finish. All right, so now I'm going to continue and go around, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, so I'm back. I did all my row 17, knit 3, yarn over, knit 2, knit 3, yarn over, knit 2. Now I'm just going to knit. I just got 1 row of just plain knit with just simple. Now the one thing I want to make sure you know is I like to go back and say 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to knit a yarn over so it feels like air. And then I got 1, 2. Then it's 1, 2, 3. 3, and it should feel like the next one should, oops, 3, and the next one should feel like air. Now, if by chance, 1, 2, all right, I'm going to do it on purpose. If by chance you got 1, 2, let me pull this up. 1, 2, 3, and let's say I did something stupid like yank, and I go to do the next one, and now wait a second, that doesn't feel like air. All I got to do is say this should have been my yarn over. So all I got to do is pick it up and put it back on the needle. So if you're aware of the pattern and you know what you did the row before and where your yarn over should be placed, you can almost knit that row thinking of the same rhythm as you knitted before. And you can be aware of when that yarn over should be there. So if it's missing, you can pick it up and notice it right away. All right, and I finished right at the end. So again, I would sit there and go, okay, I had to do 3 knits first. 1, 2, 3. The next one should feel like air. It should be my yarn over. Wow, see, it's really loosey-goosey. There's my yarn over. And then I should go back to feeling regular stitches. 1, 2. And I repeat. All right, I'll come back around when we're ready to start row 19. Okay, so now I'm ready to do row 19. All right, I knitted around. You can see the holes from the yarn over from row 17, and I've knitted above it. Okay, so got some nice big holes. Okay, so now we're going to do row 19, which is knit 1. Oh, let me go back to English, excuse me. Knit 2 together. And then it's yarn over, knit, yarn over. And then it is an SSK. Now I will say I do a modified SSK. I only slip the first stitch knitwise and put it right back on and knit the 2 to the back loop. You can do whichever one you prefer. Okay, but what I want you to notice is this is my yarn over here. This is my yarn over here, and see how right on top of where the yarn over from the previous down 2 rows below, I have a regular knit stitch right on top. So these 2 yarn overs are on the side of this one from row 17. So I want to be aware of that, because as you're knitting, if you get off, you can spot it quicker. So I always kind of glance and say, oh, am I doing my my yarn overs in the right place? Am I knitting the stitch that's right above it, right above the yarn over below? Because if I'm not there and I do it off, I get off, it's better to check, better to find out right away. Okay, so knit 2 together, yarn over, oh, there's my knit, oh, yep, that's right above that yarn over from row 17, yarn over, slip knit. Okay, like I said, I do a modified, I'd only slip the first one. It's just my preference. Okay, but you can see these yarn overs are always on the side, and the knit stitch is right above it. So I'm going to go around and finish that, and I'll be back with you right afterwards. Okay, so sometimes people can say, I can't remember whether I'm supposed to do a knit one, make one right, or excuse me, a knit 2 together, which is a right leaning, or an SSK, which is a left leaning. I always think of it this way. Here's the hole. I'm going to do a knit 2 together on the right side of the hole, and I'm going to do an SSK, which is left leaning, on the left side of the hole. So here's knit 2 together, right side, yarn over, knit, yarn over. I'm on the left side of the hole. Now I'm going to do a slip knit. It's a modified slip knit that I do. Okay, so that's also another way for you just to kind of, I don't know, think about things. All right, so now I am to the end of row 19. And if I want to, and if I do a lot also, I can kind of glance real quick. Do my yarn overs line up? And did I knit right above the yarn over that was from row 17? Do they all look like they line up? I should have been watching while I was knitting, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt to take 2 seconds and look and save yourself a couple hours of ripping out and re-knitting. So I rather just check my work. Now this round is going to be just a plain knit round. So it's going to feel like 1, 2 knits. A yarn over, a knit, a yarn over. 1, 2, 3, because you have the last, and then it's a yarn over, knit, yarn over. So if one of those yarn overs fell off, I will know right away. 1, 2, 3. So I want to know that I'm feeling that yarn over, knit, yarn over. I want to know I'm feeling that pattern when I'm knitting all the way around. I'll be back to do row 21. This is the all knit round is row 20. So I'm going to keep on going and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is why I'm always looking at my knitting when I knit, because I split my stitch and I didn't see it last time. So now I can see it because I'm always looking at my knitting, and I can pick it and I can fix it before I rework it again. So I always think of it as like dividing eggs. Like sometimes you got to work it back and forth a couple of times. There you go. Okay, and I'm going to do something on purpose. I'm going to purposely drop this stitch, that yarn over, and I'm going to knit over it. And when I get back to the end of the next round, I'll show you how I fix it. Okay, so if you drop one. Now, I would take 2 seconds and try and look real quick and see how the two are centered. The one underneath is centered above the two. And I can go around and look and see, did I do it all right? I rather check 2 seconds, take a minute, check my work, okay, rather than knit 10 rows later and have to rip out a lot of rows. Now I know I purposely dropped one here, but I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to show you how I would fix it if you can catch it within a couple of rows. Okay, so this row is row 21, and this is knit 3, yarn over. I knit 3, yarn over, and slip knit. Okay, so I'm going to knit 3, 1, 2, 3. Wait, let me switch to English. 1, 2, 3, yarn over. Like I said, I do a modified slip knit. Okay, and then knit 1. Now, this yarn over should be right above this one and in between these two. See? So see how it moves over? So we knitted above the yarn over here, and we knitted above the yarn over there, and our yarn over is in between. All right, it kind of gives you that diamond shape. So now we're going to continue with that pattern all the way across. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oops. Yarn over, slip, knit, 2 together, knit them together, slip, knit, slip, knit. Okay, and knit 1. And then it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, slip, knit, 2, slip, knit, and knit 1. Okay, and I know I'm in pattern. I finished with my repeat just on top of it, but you can see how the holes line up. And it looks just like the chart if you think about it. The chart shows those holes lined up that way. So I'm going to continue around, and I'll show you how to pick up a yarn over if you find it a couple seconds later. All right, I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so now I'm getting towards the end here, and I'm going to do, I'll go back to English. Here we go. I'm going to knit 1, 2, 3, and I got to knit one more because one of them was from the last repeat. Okay, so I knitted the yarn over from down here. Now I do the yarn over, and the one that was right on top of the yarn over from all the way down here is going to get knitted with, worked with the yarn over down here. So I'm always knowing where my yarn overs should be lining up and what should be before them and after them. Now, remember I took one yarn over off on purpose right here. So if I was doing this, all right, so I would have one more knit there. Now I got to do 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over. Well, wait a minute. I only got 2 stitches. I should be attaching a stitch and have another stitch. Let me look. I'm missing the yarn over. Easy. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to slide this stitch back here. This row here, the row I'm doing now is row 21. So this is row 20. This is row 20. This is row 19. And I should have had another yarn over here. So I'm going to pick up not row 20, but row 19, put it on the needle. Then I'm going to take row 20, lay it next to it, and then bring it over, and I put that yarn over right back in. So if you can catch your mistakes early enough, you can count down your rows. Row 20, row 19. 19 was when I was supposed to do the yarn over, and 20 is when I was supposed to make it knit it. And now I got the yarn over back in. So now I can go back and do the slip knit, and the last knit. That is the end of your lace work. So after that, you've got just some plain knit rows. So between this and the other videos, you should be able to make all the way to row 34 for the next class. Happy knitting!